Well, what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Driller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT UK review, the show from May 8th, 2019. They're in Glasgow, Scotland. Your commentators were Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. So let's get to the show right away. We get to the opening match, which is Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven, as they go up against The Hunt, which is Wild Boar and Primate. And this opening tag team match was pretty damn good. I just enjoyed this match for what it was. And The Hunt, basically, with the Mustache Mountain carried them, obviously. But they're good performers too. But there's nowhere near on the level of Mustache Mountain. But it was still a very good tag team match where it pertains to Mustache Mountain carrying the Hunt, and then they end up picking up the pace from midway all the way to the end, and it was a well done tag team match. In the end, Mustache Mountain ends up winning with the combo of German suplex, or actually like a dragon suplex uppercut combo. Which is their finishing tag team move, but I don't think it has a name, but I'm pretty sure it does have a name, but I just haven't had to pick up on that though. But the point is, Mustache Mountain won the match, and again, a very good tag team match. And there you go. Nothing to say about that. Also, we go backstage and we see Amir Jordan, who's being helped by Kenny Williams and I think an official or medical, whatever. They take her to the medical, to the medical area to look up on, because Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams were supposed to have this tag team championship match against the Grizzly Young Veterans. But we'll get to how that transpired when we get to how that ended up happening. So yeah, we'll get to that later on, what pertains to that situation. We get Godless coming out. I should mention too, by the way, I really forgot to mention this part. And I apologize for that. We had Sis Scarlett, basically making an announcement that there's gonna be a fatal 4-way qualifying match where it's gonna lead to, in 2 weeks' time. Well, as of right now, in 1 week's time, there's going to be a normal contendership match in that fatal 4-way match, and they're going to have some qualifying matches and basically they have one of them on this show, and I think they're going to have 3 more, obviously, on for this week. As a matter of fact, I don't remember if there was no qualifying match that happened on here. If I can remember as I go through these notes here, 'cause I'm pretty sure. Okay, there was only one match. But yeah, it says one. It was only one match that happened here on there. But anyways, the point is, there's gonna be also qualifying matches for to be in the fatal 4-way match, which is that match is gonna be determine who's gonna be the new normal contender against either Pete Dunne or Walter for the NXT UK Championship. Which, by the way, that's also gonna happen in. Well, actually, I can't. It's not gonna be in 2 weeks' time, because as I'm doing this recording, it was a week ago that was announced. But as of this recording, in 1 week's time, which is going to be next week, there's going to be a fatal 4-way match for the local contendership, and there's going to be a United Kingdom Championship match between Pete Dunne and Walter. So that's obviously going to be the main event for next week. Also next week pertains to that as well. We need more qualifiers to be in the fatal 4-way match, to win that match, to become the new normal contender to face the champions. One of the 2 opponents that could be the champion against the new normal contender. So that's that's one thing I need to mention too, by the way. I didn't get to mention that was actually the opening of the show, and then that's what they did the introduction, and then and all that. So, but yeah, Joe Coffey representing Gallus. And he got a babyface reaction because he's from Glasgow, Scotland. Glasgow, Scotland, meant to say. and he went up against Flash Morgan Webster, and Flash Morgan Webster had a reaction on his face, where the fans were booing him and cheering for a heel in Joe Coffey. He looked surprised and everything. He kept looking surprised and all that, and being distracted of the fans, booing, basically booing him. Flash Morgan Webster, who's a babyface. He was not liking that at all, and that he let that be a distraction. But he still kicking ass in the match against Joe Coffey. But in the end, Joe Coffey is win the match either way. Either way, I knew Joe Coffey was going to lose anyways. So, but Joe Coffey won, and he gets to qualify into the Fatal 4-Way match to determine the next number contender against either Pete Dunne or Walter for the NXT UK Championship, which, by the way, Walter is the current champion. So after the match, Gallus comes out to celebrate with Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey says that Glasgow is their kingdom, and promised that he'll win the Fatal 4-Way match, where he's gonna win the Cruiserweight, the United Kingdom Championship to run the NXT UK division and all that. And the Wolfgang starts getting on the microphone and starts talking about Dave Mastiff, how he's gonna beat him up and everything, and the Coffey brothers had to calm down, because Wolfgang's character is he needs to calm down. And that was the end of the segment. And there you go. We see a footage of Pete Dunne training at the UK Performance Center, what pertains to him facing Walter, and also showing clips of him losing to Walter and all that. And Pete Dunne needs to train more harder for his big rematch against Walter for the NXT UK Championship, or either way, call it the WWE United Kingdom Championship. But there you go. Then we get to Nina Samuels versus Casey Owens. It was basically the Nia Samuels show, where pertains to her getting the better offense in the match against Casey Owens, and basically Nia Samuels wins the match, and she wins it with the Ushi Garoshi, which she calls it the Nia Garoshi instead. After the match, Nia Samuels gets interviewed by Ramsey. She talks about that she talked about Toni Storm, and that she wants an opportunity. She says that she basically represents Toni Storm about how Toni Storm's work and sacrifice has got to the top of the card, but reveals that Toni Storm abandoned her family to do it. She promised that her reign will end because of Nia Samuel, and it's going to be the Nina Samuel show. So there you go. Also, we get a backstage interview by Dave Mastiff about his match against Wolfgang, and what pertains to being part of this qualifying match, in this Fatal 4-Way qualifying match that he needs to win, and he's got to beat Wolfgang to do so. And that was basically it of it. And they walks off. Also, we see Kaylee Ray jumps in, and she wants to be interviewed next, where it pertains to issuing a warning to Nina Samuels about she's been waiting for her opportunity too, and she's not gonna wait in line, to get that opportunity. She's gonna seize that opportunity and become the top face of the women's division of NXT UK. And that was it. So yeah, pretty good how they did that too. They announced that we're having Ligero versus Jordan Devlin, where it's going to be another qualifying match to enter the Fatal 4-Way. And it's on this week, probably, folks. Wolfgang versus Dave Mastiff, and then you got Ligero versus Jordan Devlin. Now I know the other matches that's going to be unless I can't remember who else was qualifying the match, but I know one thing. Joe Coffey is right in the match. But I don't know. I don't remember if they announced the third match on the show as well. But I digress. So we get to the main event for the NXT UK Tag Team Championship. It's the Grizzled Young Veterans coming out first. Zach Gibson and James Drake, who are the current champions, they talk about, you know, it's unfortunate what happened with Armia Jordan being injured, and they're like, you know what, since he's injured, there's no need to defend the tag titles. In fact, they can take the night off. So they're about to leave, but all of a sudden, Kenny Williams comes out and tells them, you know, yeah, you're right, you know, Jordan is injured to compete, but he's got someone better to replace him. And he brings out Noam Dar. Noam Dar comes out to be his, to team up with Kenny Williams, and Noam Dar got a big reaction from the crowds because he is from Scotland too, by the way. You know, he is the Scottish Supernova. And the Grizzled Young Veterans are beside themselves. So the match began. The match itself for the NXT UK Tag Team Championships was pretty damn good here. The story of it, the storytelling, the drama of it, it was pretty well done. Noam Dar's his psychology, what pertains to his knee injury, played in the match as well, and it was very well done too. In the end, despite having Noam Dar being the replacement for Armia Jordan being injured, the Grizzled Young Veterans still ends up retaining the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. And there you go. Oh, by the way, I should mention too, the crowds were doing the whole "if you hate Gibson, shoes off," like this. If you hate Gibson, shoes off. See what I did there? No laces needed. But yeah, but the Grizzled Young Veterans won when Zach Gibson does the spinebuster, and then you have James Drake for a 450 splash and gets the win by basically pinning Kenny Williams in the match. So yeah, the Grizzled Young Veterans still the NXT UK Tag Team Champions. And that was the show. Good show. Talking about wrestling for NXT UK from May 8th, 2019. I believe it was 4 matches. Maybe just double check. Yes, 4 matches. My overall rating for the show, I'm going to go 7.5 out of 10. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. For this NXT UK review, for It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets.